7 p.m. Eastern, location 509 Manhattan Avenue, near 121st Street, Harlem, New York City. Scan the QR to join, or tune in online. Call 917-415-4192 to reserve your seat today. Are you looking for a smarter way to grow your income without spending hours trading? Join our live presentation and discover how AI-assisted trading is helping everyday people generate consistent cash flow. The system is simple, powerful, and duplicatable. Copy, paste, and let the technology work for you. No complicated setups, no monthly fees, just a clear step-by-step walkthrough you can follow immediately. Join us live this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, location 509 Manhattan Avenue, near 121st Street, Harlem, New York City. Scan the QR to join, or tune in online. Call 917-415-4192 to reserve your seat today. Are you looking for a smarter way to grow your income without spending hours trading? Join our live presentation and discover how AI-assisted trading is helping everyday people generate consistent cash flow. The system is simple, powerful, and duplicatable. Copy, paste, and let the technology work for you. No complicated setups, no monthly fees, just a clear step-by-step walkthrough you can follow immediately. Join us live this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, location 509 Manhattan Avenue, near 121st Street, Harlem, New York's income without spending hours trading. Join our live presentation and discover how AI-assisted trading is helping everyday people generate consistent cash flow. The system is simple, powerful, and duplicatable. Copy, paste, and let the technology work for you. No complicated setups, no monthly fees, just a clear step-by-step walkthrough you can follow immediately.
Simple copy and paste trading. You don't have to recruit anyone to make money with this. That's why I love this program, because there's absolutely no recruiting needed to earn. This is a private, invite-only trading group and platform. You cannot access it publicly. You must be invited in. Once you're inside, the trades are already done for you. All you do is copy and paste. 1. Our team sends the signals at 1:30 p.m. Eastern and 7:30 p.m. Eastern inside the private group. 2. You take the exact trade information we send. 3. Paste it into your trading platform. 4. You let the trade run. That's 2 signals per day sent at the same times inside a secure private space. You don't have to analyze charts, you don't have to guess, and you don't have to talk to anyone. You just follow what's sent. You can do this from your smartphone. If you're not home or near your computer or laptop at those times, just open the app on your phone, copy the signal, paste it in, and you're done. It's made for people who are busy, on the go, or working during the day. It's so simple, your kids and grandkids could follow the steps, but for compliance and security reasons, you must be 18 years old or older to join. You may only have 1 account per person inside the platform. What you need to start: minimum starting balance, $500, no cap on deposit amount. You can put in more if you want to compound faster. Access to the private group and invite-only platform. Ability to be available at 1:30 p.m. Eastern and 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Phone, laptop, or desktop to enter trade. Who this is for: people that hate recruiting, people who don't want to build teams or sell to friends, people who can follow simple instructions twice a day, people who like the idea of daily compounding from their phone. What this is not: It's not random signals coming from social media. It's not a post all day to get paid opportunity. Your job is simple: 1:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Copy the signal, paste it into the platform, repeat daily, trade if you want an invite, set up details and access rules. If you are not ready, please don't comment. Trade, don't waste my time or yours. This only for serious people that have their funds and are ready to go. Disclaimer: trading in our platform may involve risks. Please only invest what you can afford. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and trading involves market volatility. Our platform should not be considered personalized investment advice. You are responsible for your own decisions and should consult a financial advisor if needed.
Wealth creation strategist. Our mission is to educate families how to create generational wealth by investing in residential and commercial real estate properties for rental of stores, apartments, Airbnb, and rooms. Single family house, two families house, rooms, apartments, and luxury apartments. We also provide financial products and services, retirement plans, mutual funds, annuities, Roth, disability, and life insurance. Philip N.
Are you building something? An idea? A business? A brand? A legacy? Welcome to Second Fridays, Professionals and Creators Social, a curated networking experience designed for people who are serious about growth. If you're an entrepreneur, investor, realtor, tech professional, content creator, or community leader, this room is built for you. Because connections create opportunities. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Broadcasting begins at 7:45 sharp, and from 10:20 to 11 p.m. Real conversations, real connections. Enjoy island-inspired eats and drinks, fish cake, fried breadfruit, kingfish, snapper, and more. Hosted at the Nutmeg Clubhouse, 1215 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn. Just $5 access. Want visibility? Vendor tables, live ads, sponsorship packages, your brand in front of professionals who are ready to move. Second Fridays. Opportunities start here. RSVP now. Brooklyn, for a smarter way to grow your income without spending hours trading. Join our live presentation and discover how AI-assisted trading is helping everyday people generate consistent cash flow. The system is simple, powerful, and duplicatable. Copy, paste, and let the technology work for you. No complicated setups, no monthly fees, just a clear step-by-step walkthrough you can follow immediately.
Copy and paste trading. You don't have to recruit anyone to make money with this. That's why I love this program, because there's absolutely no recruiting needed to earn. This is a private, invite-only trading group and platform. You cannot access it publicly. You must be invited in. Once you're inside, the trades are already done for you. All you do is copy and paste. 1. Our team sends the signals at 1:30 p.m. Eastern and 7:30 p.m. Eastern inside the private group. 2. You take the exact trade information we send. 3. Paste it into your trading platform. 4. You let the trade run. That's 2 signals per day, sent at the same times, inside a secure private space. You don't have to analyze charts, you don't have to guess, and you don't have to talk to anyone. You just follow what's sent. You can do this from your smartphone. If you're not home or near your computer or laptop at those times, just open the app on your phone, copy the signal, paste it in, and you're done. It's made for people who are busy, on the go, or working during the day. It's so simple, your kids and grandkids could follow the steps, but for compliance and security reasons, you must be 18 years old or older to join. You may only have one account per person inside the platform.
What's simple? But I wanted to thank everyone for coming. My name is Adenike. I just turned second level. With the help of Frank Morris, who is a phenomenal leader and mentor. So I roll with him and I hit the level. Okay, so I would highly recommend anyone, if you definitely want to know, get on a Zoom, do what you have to do, because he's phenomenal recruiter. Without further ado, I'm going to bring up to the front Frank Morris, the phenomenal recruiter.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out today with the weather being so sloppy. And I'm very happy that you are here with us. You're going to be amazed by this wonderful opportunity that have allowed me to build a team right at the very edge of being third level. And you're going to hear more about that later on. But my name is Frank Morris. I'm from New York City. I live in Washington Heights. I'm originally from Louisiana. And I got into entrepreneurship in this world when I was 5 years old. My mom was my coach, my mentor. And she believed in you working and making your own money, making your own way, that you don't have to be codependent on anyone else in your life. And you can do it on your own. And I've been so excited about this journey. And I found something that I've been in Mary Kay, all Tupperwares. I've been in all kind of entrepreneurship things. I lost a lot of money in a lot of things. But this is the first thing that I didn't have to buy products. I didn't have to ship nothing, auto ships or nothing of that nature. Only thing I have to do here is just copy and paste. It's one of the most easiest things you can do, and it takes you only 3 minutes a day to do. Really. And you would say, really? Yes. And it's not watching the candles and all that, but I'm very excited you to hear this information and to come along with us on this journey. You will not be disappointed. My money was that my upline, who will come later and give a testimony to us. Her name is Shannon Whittington, and she's a doctor, and she knows her stuff. She's my mentor, and I work very diligently with her, and she works very diligently with all of us, okay? And she will do the same with you when you come. And I'm just excited to have her here. And with no further ado, I'm going to introduce to you the man of the hour, David Miller, who is a go-getter, hard worker, who's already now at the 4th level. and, you, and you will hear what that means. That's a lot of being up at night and daylight and all kind of things. And I'm trying to follow in his footsteps, and we all are. So, he's amazing. He got the third signal. You're gonna hear what that is all about, and he's just amazing, a phenomenal person. He always there to help and to assist you. He knows a lot about the cryptocurrency world, and with no further delay, I want to introduce you, Mr. David Miller.
Recording in progress. Welcome, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited to be here. Thank you, Frank, for that generous introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel blessed and I'm honored and privileged to be with you here tonight to share this incredible opportunity. Before we get started, just a little bit about my background. I have been in real estate since 1987 as a recruiter, top producer, and a trainer. Some of the other things that I've done includes music, acting, trading stocks, trading options, trading futures, and for the last 13 years, I've actually been in this crypto space. So before we go further, let me get into presentation mode and let's get started. All right, so what we're talking about here today is BG Wealth Sharing. Now, BG Wealth Sharing and DSJ Exchange, these are the two companies we're going to be discussing primarily. And DSJ Exchange has the world's largest hedge fund. Now, one of the incredible things, because of the marriage between DSJ and BG Wealth Sharing, it allows you to actually double your investment in under 60 days using an incredible system that actually changes lives. Now, we hear that term all the time. This can change your life, that can change your life. But when was the last time you were actually involved in a project that actually changed your life financially? See, this is one of the reasons why 500,000 members from all around the world are so excited, because we're seeing our lives change. We're able to help others to change their lives. But before we go on, I do have a little disclaimer to go over. All right, let's see here. All right, now this presentation is not financial advice, enticement, or a guarantee of results. Results in the BG investment project are based on your efforts, determination, and focus, and following the instruction and guidance of Professor Stephen Beard for the trading signals. Now, BG is a Web3 trading project on DSJ Exchange that requires cryptocurrency to participate. So today's presentation is not investment advice, an offer, or solicitation for the purchase or sale of investments. Past performance is not indicative of future results. The cryptocurrency market is highly volatile and involves a high amount of risk, in which you may lose some or all of your invested funds. You should not invest with funds that you cannot afford to lose. Now, with all of that being said, I have to put a bow on that with just a little common sense, meaning it doesn't matter what the instrument is. You should never invest more than you're willing to risk. It doesn't matter if it's stocks, bonds, real estate, gold, silver, crypto, tiddlywinks, whatever it is. If you cannot sleep at night, then you have probably put in too much money. Now, along the vein of common sense, ladies and gentlemen, do your own due diligence. And I have to say that again, do your own due diligence. Because going to ChatGPT and Google and calling that due diligence, in my opinion, is actually irresponsible. You see, if you want to get to the truth, and if we say that we are registered on the Securities and Exchange Commission, then you should be able to go there and see our registration. And so there's three things that I'm going to recommend here. Number one, if you want to get to the truth, go to the government's website and see our registration, because the government is so much better at scrutinizing a company more so than Joe Random online. The government is so much better at scrutinizing an individual much more so than Joe Rando online. So that's the first thing you can do. Now, the second thing you can do is to actually ask the person who invited you here, is what David is saying, is it truthful, or is he exaggerating, or is he embellishing, or is he actually speaking the truth? They'll tell you. Now, the third thing that you can do is what I did. I did all of the above, but then I actually got involved, because it's kind of like if you want to see a movie, right? And then you say, well, I'm not going to see the movie. I'm going to read this critic's opinion. Well, that critic's opinion is just that. That's that critic's perspective. If you really want to see if you like the movie, buy a ticket, take a look at the movie, and then see if you agree with the critic afterwards. Because his opinion is his perspective. You need to get your perspective. It's the exact same thing here. If you want to find out, can we withdraw? You'll see. If you want to see if we can double our investment in under 60 days, you will see that as well. All right, so with that being said, what I want to do next is I want to ask you guys, if you're a guest here tonight, I'm going to ask you to do yourself a favor, meaning open your mind. Please open your mind. And I say that because my mind was not open when I first saw this. And because of that, I was almost on the wrong side of history. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to put your skepticism on the shelf. Suspend your skepticism just for the night. You can have it back tomorrow. But in order to get the most out of tonight's presentation, I'm going to ask you to open your mind, because we all come with negative experiences and rug pulls, things that didn't go well in the past, bad memories. And see, these kinds of things can skew our judgment moving forward. And so again, I'm going to just ask you to simply open your mind. Now, I am not an owner. I am just a member, just like everyone else that's a member here in this room and around the world. And so I am super excited to be here, and I'm actually very grateful to be here. And you'll see why in a few minutes. But as the way that I put it is, I'm all in. I eat, sleep, and breathe BG Wealth Sharing now. But see, it didn't start out that way. You see, when I first got this and it came across my desk, this was back in July 2025, just this past summer. And when my sponsor called me, he said, Dave, you don't have to worry about this being a rug pull, because you never send a dime to BG Wealth Sharing. Our crypto goes into the exchange, just like Coinbase or Kraken or KuCoin or Dean Witter or Charles Schwab. And you can withdraw your money at any time from the exchange. But see, when he said that, I was not receptive. I was not in a space to receive what he was saying. And I say that, and then I told him, I said, I'm just not interested. I'm not in a position to move forward. And I just don't want to hear it right now. Now, the reason I had that, and I thought I was his worst nightmare, the reason I responded that way is because I had just brought my team over to 2 previous projects that turned out to be rug pulls. And so mentally, I was not there. I needed to reset. I needed to restart, and I needed to rethink where I wanted to go next, because I did not want to bring my team into potentially another, what I thought at the time could have been a rug pull. And so I just needed to reset. So I got off of the phone from my inviter. Then I had a chance to think. And I said, these 2 words, guys, are magical. And those 2 words are, what if? What if what my sponsor was saying was true? What if this is exactly what I was praying for? You see, I was praying and I was struggling, and I was struggling and I was praying. See, my background, I had always been a 6-figure earner in real estate for most of my career, and everything that I had done But because of those two previous projects and after COVID, everything changed. So because of those two previous projects, I found myself financially devastated. So I needed to do something. So here's what I did after I got off the phone. I looked and found the presentation, and I watched this professor, her college professor. She was an online business coach, and she was an ex-college business professor. So I heard her present, and she said 4 things that totally got my attention. The first thing she said was that we typically double our investment every 60 days or less. And see, I had been in this space and I'm a futures trader and I had never heard of that. So I said, oh, that's probably not true. Turns out it is true. Next thing she said, we have an AI trading bot with a 99.6% win rate or higher. When she said that, I said, I'm a futures trader and I've never heard of that. So that's probably not true. Turns out it is true. Next thing she said, the professor, the owner of BG Wealth Sharing, truly guarantees our successful trades. Again, I'm a futures trader, never heard of that, so I assumed that that wasn't true. Fourth thing she said, we have been successfully trading since 2022. Now that got my attention. So then I started putting everything together. Well, what if everything she's saying is true? Because here's how I looked at it. If we can double our money in 60 days, then that meant that my money would only be at risk for 60 days. Why? Because then I could pull out my seed once it's doubled and play with the house's money. So the question became, did I think this opportunity would be around another 60 days? So when she said they have been trading successfully since 2022, I said, well, if they've been there that long, chances are they'll be there another 60 days, long enough for me to double my investment, pull my seed out, play with the house's money. So when I thought about that, and I thought about that I've been praying for something, and guys, note to self, if you pray for financial relief, and if someone wants to give you a financial lifeline, at least be willing to look at that financial lifeline. In addition to that, I realized a long time ago, the best way to manage risk is to ask yourself these 2 questions. Number 1, if I'm right, will I love it? And if I'm wrong, can I live with it? Meaning, if I'm right in terms of what the professor said, the college professor, the presenter, in terms of doubling the investment in 60 days, guaranteeing the trade by the owner, win rate of 99.6%, if all those things are true, then obviously I would love it, and it's a no-brainer. Worst case scenario, if I'm wrong, can I live with coming up with $500 worth of crypto? Well, I had spent more than $500 going to Vegas or whatever, and so that wasn't a problem. See, I call this a calculated decision, where you know the potential upside is unlimited, and the downside, you're limited to the crypto that you put in. So then I said, okay, I'm really leaning towards a yes now. And so I decided to pull the trigger, and I got involved July 4th, 2025. I call that Financial Independence Day. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm all in. We're super excited. But, my crystal ball is still in the shop. That simply means that I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year. But here's what I do know. Every single thing that I heard the owner, Professor Stephen Beard, say that he was going to do, he has done it, or he's in the process of doing it now. And see, that speaks volumes to me. Because to me, integrity is everything. And another thing that I learned a long time ago, if you have integrity, nothing else matters. If you don't have integrity, nothing else matters. So with that being said, this is why I want you guys to open up your mind. Because you're going to hear some things tonight that you're going to say, oh, that just sounds too good to be true. And I am here to tell you it is true. You're going to see some things tonight. You're going to say, oh, that's just impossible. And I am here to tell you it is possible. you're going to see and hear some things tonight. You're going to think that it just are not real. And I am here to tell you, and the people in this room can back me up, it is real. So with all of that being said, let's move forward. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to actually do a live trade as soon as the code is available. So you're going to see me do a live trade. And in addition to that, we're going to pull back the curtain. I'm going to show you from the insider's perspective how everything works. And we're going to look at this from the outside in as well as the inside out. So with no further ado, let's move forward. We're going to see who's behind this project. And that would be Professor Stephen Beard. You see, BG was founded back in 2018. Now, Professor Stephen Beard got his master's and his doctorate degree from Oxford Brookes University, majored in finance. So what does that tell us? That tells us, number one, that he's a learned individual. It also tells us, because he founded BG in 2018, this is not some overnight garage starting program. He has been implementing this for a long time. And the fact that he's got his doctorate in finance tells us he knows exactly what he's doing. In fact, he signed a 10-year partnership with DSJ Exchange back in 2022 to enhance verified retail investor traffic. Now, he also combines his 20-year trading experience along with practical academic insights and trading experience, creating a hybrid investment model that pairs human judgment with AI and data signals. Now, he also has a strong track record for mentoring leaders. And as of November of 2025, BG operates in 120 countries and had over 400,000 members. Now, as of January 30th of this year, we have just surpassed 500,000 global members. That's very exciting. Now, the company is also currently strategizing for expansion into the U.S. and aims to establish its headquarters in Colorado this year. Now, there are 5 major advantages to this project. So let's look at them. The first of which is that 99.6% accurate signal AI trading bot. See, this is the only one of its kind in the world. Now, this one guarantees a 60% or more profit on each and every trade. Compliance and legal DSJ Exchange. You see, DSJ Exchange holds registrations and business certificates in more than 30 countries and regions around the world, including the Australian ASIC, which stands for the Australian Securities and Investment Commission, the Monetary Authority of Singapore. The list goes on, but to me, the most important one is the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. You see, I've been involved in several projects over the years, and not one of them was registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the FinCEN, which is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. All right, guys, it's just about time. We're going to come back and finish this, but it is just about time for us to complete our live trade. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I told you we were going to pull back the curtain. So let me go to where the signals are, and I'm going to show you exactly what we do. So if you're a guest here tonight, what I want you to do is to ask yourself, can I do this? All right, so here's what we're doing. We have the trade, the code right here. Now, this is a communication portal from which this is where we get the trades from, the codes. So all we're going to do is go up here. We're going to copy the code. And we're going to log into our DSJ back office. So let me find that here. I may have to log in again. All right, let's see if I'm already logged in. Perfect. All right, so all we do now, if you're on your laptop, you're going to go to Futures right up here in the upper left, and then we're going to click Futures here again. We're going to come down here to Invited Me. If you're on your mobile device, then you're going to find futures at the bottom in the middle on your mobile device. So let me log in. We're going to click Invited Me. And you see here it's still loading. So what happens is we have 500,000 members all around the world. We're all taking the trade at the same time. And so sometimes the website gets a little overloaded. So what they had to do was they had to stagger it. So certain groups or regions are able to copy and paste their code first. Then all we have to do is wait another minute or so, and then it'll allow us to paste the code as well. So now, while we're waiting for that, what I want to do is I want to share with you guys something that is really important. Because I told you earlier we were going to pull back the curtain. And I told you that we have a 99.6% win rate or higher. So let me show you mine. Let's see if the page is loaded where I can show you mine. It's not loaded yet because everyone's still logging in at the same time. So we'll just have to be a little patient. And again, they give us a 20-minute window in order to copy and paste our codes. So what does that mean? That means if we're at a job and we're super busy, we've got 20 minutes to go to the restaurant, log into our DSJ, and then go to Bond Chat. That's the communication portal. That's where we get the codes from. And then simply come back here and paste the code. If you're driving, then you don't want to try to drive and to copy and paste your code. So it gives you time, even if you're on a crowded freeway, to go to the nearest exit, pull over, get your codes done, and paste it in here. So once we're able to do that, then we're going to click confirm, and then we're going to simply come over here to position order, and then we will see if it says pending, then we know that our trade has been accepted. So here's what happens. When we copy and paste the code, what we're doing is we're authorizing the AI trading bot and telling the bot that we want to be included in on this trade. Now, when I first heard this, I'm thinking, that can't be that simple. There's no way that you could just simply copy a code and from one website and paste it in another, and then you're going to be able to make enough money to maybe equate what you're earning on your job and then ultimately surpass that. There's no way that that's possible. This is why my limited thinking almost allowed me to be on the wrong side of history. I had to open up my mind. That's why I was asking you guys to do the same thing. Because in the last 7 months, not only is it possible, it is happening. It's happening to us in that Zoom room, or in that live room where you guys are, and it's happening to 500,000 people all around the world. All right, so now let me go out and come back, and let's see if I can paste in this code. All right, here we go. We simply paste the code. We click confirm. We're looking for this green check mark. We simply come over here. We click position order, and we see that it is pending. All right, so before we go back to the presentation, I want to share something with you. I want to share with you that 99.6% win rate or higher. We simply come right down here to copying history. And let me show you what we're looking at here from left to right. It says the total amount of orders. This means if I were to make sure I was in on every single trade, we get up to 7 trades per day, guys. The first 2 are guaranteed. The other 5 have to be earned. So there was a total of $129,000 worth of trades. And out of those, I participated in 786 of those trades. Now the total profit, total profit that I could have earned if I didn't withdraw could have been 80,000. And now let's look at the win rate. This is the most important thing right here. You see this win rate of 99.75. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Let this sink in. Because if you have a situation where you're winning 99.75% of the time, let's look at it as an example. Let's say you go to your local casino. Now, this is not gambling over here, but as an analogy, if you were to go to your local casino and you had a win rate of 99.75%, well, they'll pay you out the first time. But after that, they're going to politely ask you to leave. Why? Because they cannot consistently pay out. You see, casinos are built not off of the winners, they're built off of the losers. So the more you lose, the more they win. But here, the more we win, the more BG and DSJ exchange win. So let's look at an example here. So we're going to go back here and we're going to pull back the curtain. As I said, we're going to look at some historical orders here. So let me share with you what we're looking at here. Now you see over here where it says rate of return. You see, we get between 60 and 65% of the profit on each and every trade. Right here where it says profit and loss. If it's green, then that's profit. If it's red, then there's a loss. Right here where it says turnover, you see, they only use 1% of our total account balance in any trade. So that means if you start with 500, well, you're going to see that the turnover here would be $5. If you start with 1,000, the turnover here, 1% would be $10. So let's say, for example, if it's $10 here, because you started with 1,000 and you won 60% of that, you get 60% of that profit on that trade. Well, that would be $6 here. So that means your profit here would be $6. Now, don't be thrown off because those numbers are so low. That's where we all start. We all start wherever we can. But here's the point. 99.75% is still not 100%. There's no such thing as 100% win rate. So now that means that sometimes the trade fails. Since I've been here the last 7 going on 8 months, there's been 2 failed trades. Let's go back in time and look at what happens. And I'm going to share with you why I was so excited when that trade failed. And it actually failed a week after I started. You see, again, I started 4th of July. The failed trade happened on the 11th of July. So let's go back in time and look at this. Remember, I told you the turnover, 1%. I started with $500 worth of USDT. And again, the green represents the profit. So let's find the red one here, which would represent failed trade. Look at this right here. July 11th, 2025. A week after I started, there was a failed trade. And so that means I lost $5. But guess what? I told you earlier, the professor actually guarantees our successful trades, which means when there's a failed trade, he gives us a replacement trade. Now, when he gives us a replacement trade, it's not based on 1%. It's actually based on 3%. Well, why does he do that? Here's why he does that. He wants to make sure that we recoup our loss here and that we are still even more profitable. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for the replacement trade, and we're looking for 3 times more here. So we're looking for a turnover of 15. So let's see if we can find it. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, 7-11. This happened about 21 minutes after the failed trade. So we got our replacement trade. So instead of it being 1%, we use 3%. What does that mean? That means when we won that trade, we won 3 times more than we would have won if the first trade had been successful. So when this happened, I got extremely excited to the point where I saw he did what he said he was going to do. It's one thing to see what someone says. It's a whole nother to see what they do. So when he did this, it showed me that the company and the owner had character and integrity. So at this point, I was elated. I planted my flag right here. I brought the rest of my team over. And ever since then, ladies and gentlemen, I have been getting calls and text messages and emails from my team thanking me because we finally found something that is real, that is compliant, that is consistent, that is stable. And then we got in and we found out that it was guaranteed. It was an absolute no-brainer. All right, so this was the first failed trade. Let me show you the last failed trade. Now that one just happened on December 9th. So we're going to look at that. So we're going to look at that right there on December 9th. Now you'll notice on the first one, when I first started, the turnover was $5, representing 1%, right? Because I started with $500. And that's why I said, don't be dismayed by that $5, those low numbers, because we compound our profits after each and every trade. What does that mean? That means once we have a winning trade, our balance goes up. That means 1% for the next trade. The turnover increases every time. And that is why you're looking here at a higher 1% turnover in December versus what you saw in July. All right, so now this was the next failed trade. Look at this, December 9th, I lost $254. But look at what happened. A couple of hours later, we got the replacement trade. Again, we're going to be looking for something that's about 3 times more than this number right here. And here it is, right here, December 9th. Look at this, 3% instead of 1. And look at the win rate. See, I won about 3 times more than I would have won had the first trade been successful. That's why he does things the way that he does. He wants to make sure if there's a losing trade or a failed trade, that when we get that replacement trade, it's even more profitable. So what does that mean? That means when we win a trade, we win. When we lose a trade, we win even more. Now that's what I call a win-win-win scenario. And this is one of the reasons why 500,000 members all around the world are able to change their lives because of this system. Now, let's talk about something else right here. Again, the rate of return. Remember, I told you that we get between 60 and 65% of the profit on each trade. Well, what about the remaining 35 to 40%? Who gets that? If we get the lion's share of 60 to 65%, well, who gets the rest? That's a great question. DSJ Exchange and BG Wealth Sharing, they split the rest. They split the difference. So what does that mean? That means the more we win here, the more they win. See, if we don't win, then they don't win based on the 35 to 40%. So if we win 60%, they win 40. That means the more we win, the more they win. That is a win-win-win scenario. All right, so I wanted to share that with you. Let's go back and finish here because this is super important. While we're waiting for that trade to figure out if it wins or if it loses. And again, if it wins, that's awesome. If it loses, it's even better because we'll make more on the replacement trade. All right, so guaranteed fund safety. You see, BG Fund Company was established in 2024, and the owner put up an initial capital of 30 million pounds. Now that's equivalent to $40 million US. So he put that up in an escrow account. So in the event the AI trading bot were to go rogue and everyone's money was lost, well, we would get recovered. We would get our initial deposit replaced. So we cannot lose our money. Long-term partnership. This is the 10-year agreement, the core of which is to create a win-win-win situation for all 3 parties involved. Or who are the 3 parties? Number 1 is DSJ Exchange. Number 2 is BG Wealth Sharing, and that is the professor. He has the multi-million-dollar AI trading bot. And the third part of that 3-way partnership would be us as the members. In order for us to trade on any legally anyway, we have to be on an exchange. That's where DSJ Exchange comes from. Now, the stability meets opportunity. You see, we already have signal trading, and that happens a minimum of twice a day. But investors can also form a team to obtain additional income and benefit opportunities. All right, so let's look a little bit deeper here because we're talking about the win-win-win rate here. We've already talked about the 99.6% accurate trading, and I showed you my account, and it shows you that I have at least 99.6%. But right here, you see it says DSJ Exchange. Now, this is a letter of authorization and agency declaration between DSJ Exchange and VG Wealth Sharing. Now, over here, we're looking at the investment partnership commitment letter. This goes into detail on the 10-year agreement and what's expected of us. What's expected of us is to copy and paste the code twice a day and to remain positive. All right, so next, we have the compliance and legal. You see, we've already established that we are in 30 countries and regions with business certificates and registrations all around the world. In addition to the SEC Securities and Exchange Commission, DSJ is also registered with the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. That is known as FinCEN, ladies and gentlemen. That is a department of the Treasury. One of the things that I realized I've been in this space since 2013. None of the other companies I've been involved with were registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and FinCEN, and the reason for that is because they did not want to get scrutinized. You see, when you register with Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, they look at you, they look at your family, they look at your business, and they look at your past. So if you've been nefarious, if you've been scandalous, if you've been interacting with criminals, then you cannot register with the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. You're not going to want to, because then they'll know exactly who you are and where you are. And so that's why none of the other opportunities that I've been involved with, in my opinion, have gone through the scrutiny of Securities and Exchange Commission and FinCEN. But they are doing it here because they're totally transparent. Now, over here, you see the Certificate of Registration of a Company. This is the ASIC Certificate of Registration here. Again, that's this is an Australian company, Securities and Investment Commission, and they've already registered here with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Now, let's talk about the vision and the mission, because the mission is what everything else spawns from. See, the mission and the vision of Professor Stephen Beard is he wants to help millions of families to escape poverty. In his words, he calls it escaping poverty. In my words, I just call it being able to sustain yourself, being able to be profitable, being able to live the life you want to live. You see, I live here in California. You guys being there in New York, I'm sure you can relate. You could have a six-figure income and still not being able to meet your monthly obligations. Just the cost of living in California and New York is through the roof. So you can have a six-figure income and still be considered in poverty according to certain people's definitions. But see, that's his vision. He wants to get millions of people out of poverty. So everything you're going to see here today and tonight is based on that premise. BG philosophy. People ask me all the time, well, what does BG stand for? Well, the B stands for being. Being is a core concept that refers to the essence and reality of things. It involves how we understand the relationship between ourselves and the world. Now, the growth is easy. That's the process of life, is essentially continuous growth, including both physical development and the deepening of spirit and thought. Now, you see, in small teams, people manage people, but in a large company, systems manage people. So if you just follow the group rules for easier management and stable long-term trading signals. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk a little bit more about the mission of BG Wealth, because we earn money in more than one way here. One way is through stable income trading signals, and the second way is through dynamic income through referral rewards and dividend payouts. Now, one of the things that I've realized, because I've been in corporate America, I've been in sales, out in the field, just, making my living by selling real estate and doing so many other things. One of the things that I realized, and I'm sure you guys, you ladies and gentlemen, can attest to this being where you are. Success is hard. I mean, it's a daunting task. It is not simple unless, and it is hard until you see just how simple it can be. Let's talk about this. This is the referral awards. Now, do you have to refer anyone? Absolutely not. But let me share something with you. Let's say, for example, if you had a golden goose that laid golden eggs, and you're very profitable, you're getting your golden eggs, a couple of them each day, up to 7. And then you talk with your friend, your family member, your neighbor, your coworker, your church member, and you see that they're financially struggling. Wouldn't you want to share this with them? You don't have to, but I think most people have a good heart and they want to help everyone. That's why you guys are here tonight. Now, respectfully, if you decide you do not want to move forward, that is okay. Why? Because every single member of BG Wealth Share is still going to profit multiple times a day. And again, as I showed you earlier, all we do is we will copy a code, we will paste that code, and then we will profit multiple times a day because of that code. So should you decide to share it, let's say, for example, you said you wanted to come in at 500, which is where I was. So you're going to get the person who refers you is going to get a $25 reward. It's 25 USDT, which is equivalent to the dollar. So the sponsor gets 25 or 5%. The new member also gets 5%, $25 worth of USDT. And then they're only going to put, remember, proper risk management, they're only going to use 1% in any trade. That's called proper risk management. Same thing here with $1,000. Some people can start with 1,000 or more. If you do decide you want to start with 1,000, remember, you never want to invest more than you're willing to risk, at least for 60 days. And so some people are comfortable with that. And I think that's awesome. Well, the referrer would get 10% or $100. The brand new member would get 5% or $50. And then only 1% or $10 is at risk in any one trade. The same thing holds true the further up you go. Now, in addition to all of that, we also get additional trade signals. So if you come in at $500 worth of USDT, you're going to get 6 additional trading signals, and your sponsor is also going to get 6 additional trading signals. Should you decide to come in at 1,000 or more, then the sponsor will get 12 additional bonus signals. The new member would get 6 bonus signals here. So now let's actually pull back the curtain, because I want to share with you what happens with you. Let's say if you started here at the bottom of 500 USDT. All right. So let's assume here that you started with $500, and remember, the company is going to give you a 5% bonus here. So you're actually going to start with $525. Now, we get 2 codes per day minimum. Those 2 codes amount to between 1.2 and 1.3%. So we're going to split it right down the middle, and we're going to use an example here of 1.25% daily. It's better than this, but this calculator can only do this daily. Now, I told you that we double our money every 60 days or less. So let's put in here 60 days, and let's see if the numbers lie or not. We see here that our money has doubled. We started with 525, and it's well over double here. What about 4 months here? So let me move this and scoop this up. And we're going to put in here 4 months instead of 2. Does it double again? Yes, it does. What about 6 months? Let's see here. 6 months, guys. We're going to take a look at 6 months. Yes, we see that it has doubled again. Now, we're going to fast forward for 12 months. Let's see what $500 worth of USDT, and then we get the 5% 25% bonus. Let's see what $525 worth of crypto can grow into in a 12-month span. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen, almost $49,000. Why is that? Well, it's because of compound interest. You see down here, let's look at this. Go to daily. You see, when you first get started, for the day, you're going to earn $6.56. Then the next day, you're not starting with $5.25 anymore. You're starting then with $531. So then when you earn the next day, you're going to earn $6.64 here. So that means now you're up to $5.38. So after every trade, your balance goes up higher. And so then as we scroll down here, you see that, let's see, we started here, what's that first day? February 16th. So then when we go to April 16th, right down here, you see this is how and why your account has doubled. It's because of compound interest. Now, if we could stop right here, if you found a system, ladies and gentlemen, that can double your money every 60 days, and you see that we have a 99.6% win rate, game over. You could just say, hey, I'm ready to join right now. But as good as this is, guess what? It gets even better, because if you are willing to share this opportunity with just a few people, let me share with you what will happen. Now, right here, it says junior spokesperson. Well, what does it take to be a level 1 junior spokesperson? Well, if you decide you want to share this with 5 people, again, it could be anyone you know, family members, church members, co-workers, fraternity brothers, sorority sisters, 5 people, now you're going to get a one-time level up reward of $100. And now you're starting to get a salary. They call that a cycle bonus. You're going to get $30 every 10 days on the 9th, the 19th, and the 29th. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but guess what? When you compound this, and we're going to share with you what happens right here. So remember, this is $30 every 10 days. So this is $90 here after a one-time level up reward of $100. So let's see what that looks like here. So if you go from I'm not talking to anyone here, and you see that you could still generate almost $49,000 by not opening your mouth and not speaking to one person at all. Let's see what happens should you decide to share it. Now remember, you're going to get the $90 for the month, and you're going to get $100 one-time reward. So let's see the difference between not sharing it and sharing it with just 5 people. Well, we've gone from almost 49,000 to almost 78,000 right here. Why? Because you shared it with 5 people. Now, as good as this gets, guess what? It gets even better. Because if you're willing to do just a little bit more work, you can reach level 2. Well, what does that mean? That means out of the 5 people that you brought in, 2 of them have done what you did, which means what? That means they went out and got 5 people each. Your total team, 25 people and 2 directs, will allow you to graduate to level 2 here. So what does that mean? That means you're going to get a $300 one-time bonus, and instead of getting $30 every 10 days, well, now you're going to get $150 every 10 days. So let's see what that looks like here. We're going to change the 90 to 450. Remember, that's going to be $90, $150 every 10 days. And now this is going to be changed to 300. And so now let's see what the difference is between going from level 1 to level 2. Let's take a look. Look at this. $180,000. Why? Because you decided to share this with just a few more people. Now, guess what, guys? As good as this gets, it gets even better.
Brother Dave,
and you,
I don't want to
yeah,
stop.
we
I
can.
want to stop for that.
Is the third signal out?
Yes,
Frank?
I just sent it to you. You just
All
received
right.
it.
Put it in the chat for me.
Okay.
Put it in the Zoom chat. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you can also qualify for a third permanent permanent signal. So let's see what that looks like. Let me go grab it from Bond Chat because I don't see it in the chat, Frank. So we come right back here. The processes are the same, guys. So we're just waiting for the third signal, and here it is. See the 1702? That tells me that's 5 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock your time. So we do the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. Again, ask yourself, can you copy a code from one location? Can you put it in another location? Let's see how long it takes. We're going to go right here to invited me. We're going to paste in the code, and we're going to confirm. Green check mark. So then we come right over here to position order. We see that it is pending. That means I wanted the bot to include me in on that trade. It is just that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when I first saw this, I didn't believe it. And now that I'm in it, I'm telling you and I'm testifying it is just that simple. All right, so now let's continue on here. Because if you're willing to do a little bit more, and I don't have to do the calculations, you guys see that this is crazy. That he's giving away money 7 times a day, 7 days a week. But let's just do a little bit more here because we talked about the third permanent signal. So let's jump ahead right here. Now, if you get the third permanent signal, that means you are a team manager. So what do you have to do to earn that third permanent signal? Well, remember here, when you bring in your first 5 people, this is level 1. Level 2 means 2 out of those 5 people get 5 people each. You have a total team of 25 people, now you're level 2. But to get the third permanent signal means that the 5 people you brought in, help them to get 5 people each. Once you do that, that's 5 members on tier 1, 25 members on tier 2, total membership here only 30 people. Now you qualify for the third permanent signal. So let's take a look at that and let me show you what that looks like in a calculator. Because this is going to be one of the things that people say, oh, I don't believe it. It's just not true. And I am here to tell you it is true. So now here's what happens. When you get the third permanent signal, it's no longer 1.25%, ladies and gentlemen. It's between 1.8 and 1.95%. So we're going to use 1.88%. And let me share with you the difference here between level 2 getting 180,000, and now you're still level 2, but you have that third signal. That's the third permanent signal. That means you get 3 codes per day minimum every day. Look at this. Wow. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I told you that 500,000 members around the world are super grateful and super excited because they found a way to change their lives and the lives of their friends and family members. So just by sharing this opportunity, you can not only equate what you're making on your job, but you can see here, you can far exceed whatever it is you are making on your job. This is real, ladies and gentlemen. We have people on this call who are already getting their third permanent signal. So let's continue on here. All right, we talked about the third signal. All right, so that means now you can actually go from level 2 to level 3. We're not going to go through all of the examples on the calculator because it can take up a lot of time and you won't get any sleep tonight. But just know that level 3 means what? You have 3 level 1s. Level 1 means what? Those people have 5 people each. That's how you reach level 1. You have 3 of those direct. That means out of the 5 people you brought in, 3 of them are level 1, and your total team membership here is 125 members. You'll get a one-time level up reward here of $800. And instead of getting 150 on the 9th, 19th, and 29th, well, now you're going to get $500 on the 9th, 19th, and 29th of every month. Now, this month of February does not have 29 days. So that means we're going to have, we're going to get our cycle bonus on the 1st of March. So there will be 4 cycle bonuses in the month of March. Now, When you reach level 4, that means you have 500 people on your team, and you have 4 direct level 1s. You get a $2,000 one-time bonus, $1,200 every 10 days. That is level 4. Level 5 means you have 1,000 people on your team. And see, when I first saw this, and when I first got in back in July, and the person that was the highest rank that I saw, she was level 4. And see, I thought that I was used to doing everything on every opportunity I got involved with. I had to do just about all of the work. So I had to ask myself, can I go get 500 people? Well, I didn't say no, but I knew it would be a challenge. But what ended up happening was everyone gets so excited. See, what happens is this. When you get in BG, now you're in BG. But once BG gets into you, you cannot keep your mouth closed about it. Because when you talk to people and you see that they're struggling, you're going to want to help them. And so what happens is they get in, they get excited. So the 30 people that I brought in personally have grown to more than 500 people. And I didn't have to do all of the work. So that's what happens at level 4. Level 5, you have 1,000 people involved on your team. That means you have 5 level 1s, and you're going to get a $5,000 level up reward and $2,400 every 10 days. Level 6, you get a $12,000 level up one-time reward. You get $5,000, ladies and gentlemen, every 10 days. Your total team has grown to 2,000 people, and you have 6 level 1 directs to you. That's what that means. Now, when I got involved in July, and I saw that level 4 person, that was the highest ranking person that I saw in the opportunity that I was aware of. Now she is level 7. So what does that mean? That means her people have grown and spread the word. She has 5,000 members minimum. She has 7 level 1s, where again, level 1 means that that person went out and got 5 people. So you have 7 of those people direct, total team of 5,000. She got a one-time bonus of $25,000, but she gets $10,000, ladies and gentlemen, every 10 days. This individual that I'm talking about, her name is Anne. And her story in a nutshell is when she first saw this, she didn't believe it. In fact, she didn't have the money. Someone had to front her the $500 to get involved, and she was behind on her rent. And they said, don't use this $500 for your rent or your bills. Get into this opportunity because I think you can grow into a big team. Well, the first 4 or 5 months, she didn't believe it. So she's just copying and pasting her code, but she didn't really believe it. It wasn't until about 4 or 5 months later that it hit her and says, wait a minute, I've been winning all this time. I better go out and build a team. So she started talking to people, got from level 1, 2, and 3, and 4 pretty quickly. And now she's at level 7. So what else happens at level 7, ladies and gentlemen? Not only do you get the $25,000 one time, $10,000 every 10 days, guess what? At level 7, you get to choose your dream car, and the company makes the payments. Any vehicle that you so desire, you get level 7 between $50,000 and $300,000. You pick it out. The company makes the payments. Let that sink in for a minute. You don't have to do all the work like I thought. Your team goes viral because they can't keep their mouth shut about such an incredible opportunity. Now, this was the highest level up until about October or November of 2025. Since then, they added 5 more levels. So we're not going to go through all these numbers, but just note, you reach level 12 here at the bottom, you're going to get a one-time $2 million promotion reward and $1 million each and every month. Your total team has to be 300,000 or more, and you have to meet this criteria, have 5 direct level 9s. But in addition to all of this, the company will pay for a $3 million villa anywhere you want in the world. That's level 12. So then the question becomes, let's talk about withdrawals here. What are the rules for withdrawal? Well, there's a flat handling fee of 12%, and that applies to all withdrawals. This goes to DSJ. This is how they stay in the black, if you will. This is what makes them so sustainable in addition to everything else. And there's a withdrawal eligibility. You have to have at least $35 in order to withdraw in your account. Now, there is an early transfer penalty. You see, we talked about doubling your money in 60 days. And we also talked about never investing more than you're willing to risk. So let's say, for example, someone here tonight says, hey, you know what? I want to get started with $1,000. Well, you have to be willing to leave your $1,000 in there for 60 days. Let it double. Then you can pull out your seed. In the event you need to pull your $1,000 out, let's say 2 weeks from now, because your transmission goes out or something, well, you can withdraw your money, but they are going to charge you an additional 20% early transfer penalty on top of the 12% standard withdrawal fee for a total of 32%. Now, why do they do that? Well, let's go back here and let me share that with you. You see, remember right here, when you come in and let's say 500, well, someone's got to pay for you to get, as the referrer, to get that 5%, $25 here. The new member also gets $25. And remember, you also are going to get 6 additional bonus signals. Well, the professor, Stephen Beard, pays for all of those bonuses and additional signals out of his pocket. And in order for him to recoup all the money he put up front, he needs for you to trade for 60 days. Once you've done that, you've doubled your investment. He's recouped all of the monies that he has put out for you to start. And then that's what gets rid of the 20% early withdrawal penalty. So allowing him to recoup the money he put out up front is the reason why he has to have a 20% early transfer penalty. So with all of that being said, let me share 1 or 2 more slides with you, and then we're going to open it up for questions and answers. All right, now you see here, this is an annual summary report. This is the BG Wealth Sharing 2025 Financial Performance and Bonus Distribution Overview. You see the profit for BG was for last year, $104,800,000 and some change here. So what they did is that they allotted 25% of that to go into 4 different departments. So they gave it all back as a form of profit sharing, if you will, to 4 different departments. This has nothing to do with our trading, our bonuses, and our accounts going and doubling every 60 days. This is just for the background. These are the employees in the background. And from what I understand, they have at least 3,700 employees. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is no fly-by-night, here today, gone tomorrow type of a company. They are here for the long haul. We talked about the 10-year agreement, and he also is planning, DSJ is also planning on having an IPO either the end of this year or in 2027. And for those of you who may not know, an IPO is an initial public offering. They're going to be available to buy stock on the New York Stock Exchange. All right, with all of that being said, 1 more slide here for the numbers crunchers. You see here, operating income in millions, the profit margin here, the company profit total in millions. And this is above my pay grade, so if you were to ask me any questions about this, I could not answer it. I'll ask you to defer to your DSJ or your BG back office. All right, with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to build a team? You don't have to build a team, but chances are when BG gets into you, you're probably going to want to build a team. And by doing that, you'll be able to create your own BG story. So in closing, ladies and gentlemen, let me say 2 things. Number 1, you may not come from a wealthy family, But because of this opportunity, now a wealthy family can come from you. Number two, there are three types of people in this world. There are millionaires, there are billionaires, and there are witnesses. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I refuse to be a witness. With that being said, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. We're going to give it back to Frank, and then we're going to answer some questions and answers. So, Frank, back to you, my friend.
Thank you, Dave. Great job. Thank you so much. I thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for listening. And we want to get some of your questions answered tonight. And we're also going to have a raffle for the people that are here and for some that are online tonight. So, but we want to know, we don't know who's a member already. If you're a member already, you are not in, you'll be in the pool, but if we pull your name, you dismiss yourself, okay? I appreciate it. So, but Dave, I think we should go with the questions, and then after the question, I want to hear from my upline, Shannon Whittington is in the house with us tonight, and it'll be
Absolutely.
I would be great for her to tell people about her journey and let us know how well she's doing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have a question, please raise your hand and feel free to ask your question.
Yeah.
So is it just your initial investment that's saved for the 60 days, or put additional money? How frequently are you able to?
You want your initial investment to double. After that, you should be able to withdraw at your leisure, as long as whatever you put in, is withdrawable, meaning that you want it to grow. If you put in, let's say, $500, you want your $500 to grow, obviously, before you want to withdraw that. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, so I put the initial 500. And let's just say I see it's going so well. I say, oh, let me put an additional, say, $200. Do the $200 then have to start another 60-day cycle, or again?
That's a great question, and I would assume yes, but I don't know that 100%. So let's assume yes and let it grow, and then you should not have an issue. Does anyone else have a question?
Share the recording. They want to know if it's possible to share the recording with the audience.
Absolutely. I'll get this over to you a little bit later, Frank.
Okay, thank you. Oh, Frank. Oh, the link is on YouTube. It's been streamed on YouTube. Live stream. Thank you. And my good friend here, Catog, is doing it for us. And he has made wonderful videos for us. And our team grow, share, adventure with, do this, said. Yeah.
Didn't hear that question, Frank.
She
Can you restate
was
it?
asking did Cato do the video for last Sunday? No. Okay. Yeah. Yes, it's continues to grow. She was asking if you put one-time investment of $500, do it continue to grow?
Yes, it'll continue to grow as long as you're copying and pasting at least twice a day. It's going to double every 60 days. If you don't share the opportunity, if you do decide to share the opportunity, it can grow a whole lot faster. Let me give you an actual example. You see, when I started on July 4th, By the time 60 days had elapsed, that would be September 4th, my account did not double, ladies and gentlemen. It had actually 10x. So my 500 turned into over $5,500 simply because I shared the opportunity.
Any other questions? If there's no other question, I would like to bring up my mentor, my leader, and my sponsor.
My friend,
And our
Shannon
friend.
Whittington.
Oh, one more question. One more question.
So I'm seeing the women all around.
Yeah.
Or is there
No, it is. There is.
you can't lose.
No.
Don't pull it out with what.
No. Only way you lose, you don't copy. And that's why you saw us. With the computer. We're like, oh my God, oh my God. It's a cold out. It's cold out. Right? So, no further ado, I'd like to introduce you on my wonderful friend that I've been knowing for a long time in New York City. She has done many things in her life, traveled the world as a spokesman, spokeslady. She's a doctor. She's hands-on to help community grow. And I would like to introduce you all to no other than my good friend Shannon Whittington. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming tonight. Thanks, David. Thanks, Frank. My name is Dr. Shannon Whittington, and I'm a clinical nurse director. I have my doctorate in nursing, so I take care of patients all over the city. I got involved in at the end, like a little bit after Dave. So Dave enrolled someone in that person. Really good friend of mine who I told, don't bring me no more of this shit. Honestly, because I've lost so much money and so many other things. I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. You know, wake up in the morning, it comes like a thief in the middle of the night, take all your money, you wake up, you can't get off. And I was like, I'm done. And me and him had a falling out.
Right.
Right? Because I was like, I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm over it. You know, it takes you 30 years to save up enough money for retirement. And then, you know, somebody just tells you like, that's your money, you work hard for your money, right? And we don't want it taken like that. Right. So when my friend Andrea told me about it, she said, I've done the research. My friend is very analytical. I'm not. I don't need to have to understand any of this. All I have to do is copy and paste. I'm just going to pay somebody that knows how to do it, right? I know how to. So when she told me, I was like, and so she said you can come in at $500. And I was like, well, I'm just going to go all in. So I came in at $4,000.
Right.
And I don't regret it. Because a lot of times people will come in at the minimum amount and they see that it's working. Oh, I wish more. You can always add more. Right. Or ask that question, but you don't get the bonus. Right? So that's one of the drawbacks. So anyway, I started back in July, $4,000. Tell nobody, doing it on a DL, didn't why. And she told me something, she said, you know what? There was an argument about it. And I showed her, well, so I showed her 12, right?
Right.
She said 12. She was like, wait, who invested I was like, well, actually, you know, she said, okay, you invested $4,000, you got $5,000. Right.
I remember when you called me.
Yeah.
Guess what?
So,
she said to me.
Yeah. So because before I couldn't tell her.
Right.
I lost them so many things, y'all. I lost them so many things.
Right.
So as of today, as of this last trade,
Right.
this third signal that they're talking about, which is life changing,
yes.
I am earning $1,180.
Congratulations.
My total asset as and it hit my wallet in about an hour. First, I tested the waters
Right.
with $100, right? Make sure. Then I took out the 4,000 and it took about 4 weeks for my account to go back up to 4,000. I haven't touched it since. Now I am going really soon next month with a birthday gift for my wife.
Right.
That's all I have to say. Any questions?
Any questions, guys?
Questions?
That's good.
I think like because I got in a little bit after, so like twice when the trade doesn't work
We love it.
because you make way more.
We on the
You
drug.
know?
We want them to lose.
Yeah. I'll tell you,
3 times your money. You know, and she's getting $700. She's getting $1,000 a day. So
And I can
if
prove
we
this
lose,
right here.
if she lose, it's almost they give her 3,000
Yeah.
for the loss. So I'm
And
like,
it
oh
goes
my,
up
so
every single
give me my
day.
money.
Yeah. I mean,
Let it lose, let it lose.
Yeah. So I never panic when I lose. I just sit there.
So it's good to say it's like,
Well, anything is risky. Anything that you do. You've heard the disclaimer that they talk about. Never invest or everything. Any walking out the door, you get run over by the bus.
Right.
You know. So I always say, be prudent, be responsible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't put mortgage up on my house. You know, what I mean, I'm not that crazy. I'm crazy, but not that crazy.
Yeah, we all are.
So, and Frank, you started with $1,000.
$1,000. Yeah, I started with $1,000, and listen, I was going through so much stuff. I was spending money left and right. I had, taking care of my mom. Shannon called me. She sent me stuff. I said, "Oh, that's so
He was
great for
ignoring
you.
it.
It's so wonderful. I'm so
honest.
happy for you." And she said,
He was ignoring it.
I'm just tired of you saying I'm so happy for me.
Like, good for you.
Good for you. Congratulations. And then she called me. She said, "Frank Moore." But Andrea told her, "You need to call him. You need Frank. Because you know he's a mom. And you better call him up and find out really what's going on." I said, "I'm paying mortgage here, paying for my mom's place, taking care of my sister's house and helping them out. If the car breaks down with my precious in her house, they got to have a car in Texas. I got to do all this stuff. I'm old. I'm stressed out." She said, "Okay, so let me ask you one question." I said, "Yeah." I didn't know what she said. She said, "Honestly, it's been a long time. How's your mother?" I said, "Daniel, you know I'm stressed out." She said, "Okay,
He
here's
said,
the deal." And she said, "Okay, here's the deal. I'm going to put you in." I said, "No, don't do that." I knew what my black ass have to work, okay? I said, "No, don't do that." Don't do that. No, I'm going to put you in. Dave's going to call you tomorrow. As Dave called me, set me up, got me all in, and I've been running ever since. And I got the first level, the five days. I was at first. I was at second level at like second week of the time.
Who did you call first?
I called Cappy first. I said, "Cappy." She said, "Oh." She was another one. She said, "Now, Frank, we're going to be in the You now, here you go again."
Are you talking about skeptic?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, no. You got to watch that, Frank Marsh. You got to watch that. You got to watch that. Now she's running harder than I am. Okay? Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I'm out the door. I'm looking at my retirement around the corner, Frank. I'm ready to get the hell out of here."
And once
I'm
she get it
tired.
straight with y'all, then she come to us. By the time she gets to us, she asked us
I know. So my God, my money was booming all over the place. I said, then okay. So we was already in my Econ, and we was running. I was going to events, and I reached over to Yah. I said, "Yah." He said, "I want you to get in it." He said, "Really? What is it?" I said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna put you in." So I paid him, got him in, and he went, "Frank, this ain't making money." I said, and he started growing his money got up, and he's doing all this thing. I said, "Won't you take a little out?" No, I'm going to hold on. So this is in a good spot, and then if this double. So I'm telling you guys, it's Yes, it's a wonderful feeling to have somebody that care about you. And I like to tell my team I really care about them. I go to bat for them. I work day and night with them. Some days I don't get to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. I went way over Brooklyn. I came back. And on my way back, this guy said, "Oh, Frank Morris." I said, "Yo, where you at?" I said, "I'm on the train coming from Brooklyn. Stop off at the Grand Central." I said, "Oh, man, I just got through." He said, "Oh, I'm going to put $1,000." I said, "I'll be right over there."
And then one thing about this company is they encourage you to start your money. Like you really want to.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, they really do encourage you to do that. And you see tech project paid off for mortgage.
Wow.
You know, there's people higher up.
What a
Like
blessing.
I'm making 500 in addition to the house. Okay.
Right.
Every 10 days I'm making 500. They pay $1,000. Tell people there's a lady that David was talking about. She's a real
Right.
she is a better person. So it's really depends how much work you want to do. Yourself have a lot of
Right.
and then there's other people out there
Right.
full-time jobs.
I'm out.
And if you are more senior, I have 87 jobs. Took her a little bit to get it.
I just want to say thank you so much, Shannon. Thank you so much. I'm just so excited about. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm so excited about this company. It's unbelievable. I know we all have things to have to do with the family. Yeah. Anything. And stop your life. Put it on different objective so you have a life. And this is the place to do it. And it's no, you can't work, you don't have to worry about somebody talking to you in here saying, "Hey, I'm over here in South America and I'm live over here, but I'm trading." And you're like, "How do you do that?" How do you do that? Now you can be, huh? Oh yeah, then you can be there. You can be in Thailand. You can be, you can live in Africa. By the way, I just want to say, we have one of our business partners who's Oscar, and it came into $4,000. And I'm getting a haircut first time. This one back here, it's like, you got to get your hair cut. You can't be going out here looking like Don King. So I went with y'all to get the haircut, and this guy, Mo, but his name is Maurice, and he said, I said, "Oh my God, man, your mouth looks so good." He said, "Man, it cost me $30,000 in New York City." He said, "But I went down to Columbia, paid $6,000 for it." I said, "Really?" I said, "Man, that's something else, man." I said, "You know what?" He said, "What?" I said, "Can you imagine if you come along in my business, I can double that in 6 days?" What? Where you do that? I said, "Right over here." And then Yas was talking to him, but I was rolling around. That guy was rolling me around in the chair. And I'm still talking. I'm like, my God, I ain't gonna have no hair when I get out of here. So he came into business, and he is doing well. He's in South Africa. He left South Africa. He went over to now Kenya, and he's trading. He said, "This is what I wanted. I needed this piece because I love travel, but I didn't have the way to make money. But now money. So you can be anywhere in the world and make money." That's why I brought the thing. And he's doing it right now. And next, this summer coming, the next summer coming, or this summer coming, we're going to be out of here. We're going to be, my team, the ones that want to go, would have the money to go on a trip with us to Africa. And we're going to use him as our guide because he's already setting up the place, looking at places, monetizing. And then we have another trip for our team that we're going to be going on the cruise, and we're going to take over the whole boat and then put on a live Zoom presentation on the boat. So we got a lot of little things going on, but we also want to do things with our money that we can build a good foundation, that we can have other wheels on the ground. So you cannot have, you can make your money here, you can put your money to work here, or you can have home here, another way. So you always want at least 7, 12 wheels on the ground, and we can do that here. Okay? And we can do that with stuff. So we need more help. Okay? So, Dave, I thank you so very much. I thank you. Now we want to do that little rap. I want somebody to pull and then pull. What we get the young man here to pull the name, and let's see. Pull.
Wait, let me make it fair. Let me make it fair.
Oh, second Friday. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, come on. Guys, I want to, before we do this, while we're getting the pool ready, I got my friend here that we're going to support his group on second Friday, okay? Because he is the one that made my video, okay? And he's going to work out a deal with my team and the people that's with me, that he's going to work a deal because I can't take the other. But anyway, he got people that is paying. They will pay that price. But he's just going to speak a little bit, and I need you all to go over there with me. Second Friday. Because it's a wonderful platform where allow people like myself to come and be interviewed and also support each of his.
Karen, come a second real quick. Come. My Brooklyn people, we out here. We representing the team. I'm not here by myself. We out here. That's what we doing this,
And thank you for coming, baby.
Thanks for having us.
Guys, this is Karen.
Hello.
Her company, real quick, it's about patches. Any type of pain, inflammations, you have anxiety, depression, whatever it is that you have, you suffering with, it's all natural. So Karen was one of my first vendors, good friend, and also one of my first vendors for Second Friday. She came out with the whole team, and she's here. So also with Frank, you see, Mr. Frank, I just met this gentleman on Friday, at the very first Second Friday, and I'm already trading, okay? Listen. So I'm here because I want to say we're going to add real value to this Mr. Frank and his team, because we're going to be building our own team as well. Once there is money to be made, this is what it is. I also got to big up my partner, Mr. Phil Ben. He's not here tonight, but in real estate, Second Fridays is an environment for all professionals, guys. No matter what area you are in, AI, tech, trading, it's a place for you. We do live interviews, opportunities for vendors to come and display your products, co-mingle, meet. So we have about 2 hours and a half we taping, mingle, fried breadfruit, kingfish, good Caribbean food.
Yes,
we have the Nutmeg House right on Flatbush each and every second Fridays of the month, guys. That's where you can find we. Those open from 6 p.m. Live taping starts at 8 o'clock, 7:45 sharp. So I got to thank you for having me here, brother. And thank you very much for having me traded. Yeah, so
and
we making money. And anyone need their business ads, their commercials for their business or so, we can gladly assist you with that, your websites, your Spotify stores, and much more. All right.
Well, I have some more for you, but we're going to have to move around in the city. You and I to do it.
We'll say a word, man. We'll say a word. All right. So thank you, guys. Thank you, man. It's amazing.
Love you.
Oh, baby.
It's always. I'm looking for you to come in the vision with us. You can make a lot of money.
Touch Up TV.
Share with your
Just go on YouTube and type in Touch Up TV. You should see it there live right now. Or Mr. Frank will be able to share the link with you. But it's live right now, Touch Up TV. So
y'all got your names in the hat. Y'all name is in there. We already put it in. Yeah. So we getting ready to pull the name. The young man gonna pull the name for us, and someone gonna win $500. Only thing you have to do is it's gonna go into, you're gonna be able to sign up with us and oh yeah, I don't have it yet. Oh, and it's you want to read it off, Identicate?
Yes.
Can you read it off what their responsibility is?
5 and 5 builders.
Tell me what that means.
That means you do your 5 and you help your 5 get their 5. Okay? This raffle is for builders only. We are building leaders, not spectators. To qualify and remain in the raffle, you must build a team, actively grow your front line, and develop leaders. Number 2, bring guests. Consistently invite new guests to presentations and training. Number 3, attend trainings twice a month. Minimum of 2 trainings every month, no excuses. Return the gift. If you win, you must pay it forward to the next qualified builder. Lead by example. Stay active, stay accountable, represent with integrity. Important. If these requirements are not upheld, your name goes back in the hat. We are looking for committed builders.
Okay.
I think your name is in the back. Money bag right here.
And we're gonna sign you up tonight.
Let me read it.
You know, I'm glad you're reading it because I can't see. Percy Jefferson. Percy Jefferson online.
I'm gonna unmute.
Yeah, Percy Jefferson unmute.
I'm gonna unmute.
Don't see a Percy Jefferson in the participants
CJ.
list.
Christy Jefferson. She's right here. How do you
see
unmute her?
CJ.
You gotta
Yeah,
unmute
CJ.
her.
Trying to ask.
Who's invited her?
Tell her to unmute.
Unmute CJ. Can you unmute?
Okay, well, moving right along.
Copy and paste trading. You don't have to recruit anyone to make money with this. That's why I love this program, because there's absolutely no recruiting needed to earn. This is a private, invite-only trading group and platform. You cannot access it publicly. You must be invited in. Once you're inside, the trades are already done for you. All you do is copy and paste. 1. Our team sends the signals at 1:30 p.m. Eastern and 7:30 p.m. Eastern inside the private group. 2. You take the exact trade information we send. 3. Paste it into your trading platform. 4. You let the trade run. That's 2 signals per day sent at the same times inside a secure private space. You don't have to analyze charts, you don't have to guess, and you don't have to talk to anyone. You just follow what's sent. You can do this from your smartphone. If you're not home or near your computer or laptop at those times, just open the app on your phone, copy the signal, paste it in, and you're done. It's made for people who are busy, on the go, or working during the day. It's so simple, your kids and grandkids could follow the steps. But for compliance and security reasons, you must be 18 years old or older to join. You may only have 1 account per person inside the platform. What you need to start: minimum starting balance, $500, no cap on deposit amount. You can put in more if you want to compound faster. Access to the private group and invite-only platform. Ability to be available at 1:30 p.m. Eastern and 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Phone, laptop, or desktop to enter trade. Who this is for: people that hate recruiting, people who don't want to build teams or sell to friends, people who can follow simple instructions twice a day, People who like the idea of daily compounding from their phone, what this is not. It's not random signals coming from social media. It's not a post all day to get paid opportunity. Your job is simple, 1:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Copy the signal, paste it into the platform, repeat daily, trade if you want an invite, set up details and access rules. If you are not ready, please don't comment. Trade, don't waste my time or yours. This only for serious people that have their funds and are ready to go. Disclaimer, trading in simple
Yeah, that was great. Awesome.
But Frank, don't worry. Frank. That's an incentive.
Awesome.
He's coming in. Oh, that's a big incentive there.
Go on the Zoom. You on the Zoom? Okay, join it. So they can see.
I'm going to end the Zoom. What is his name, Frank?
Rashad.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you over there.
And Frank, don't forget this young lady in the chair.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we got two, Dave.
Okay, what's the second person's name?
Marquette.
Marquette.
Okay, I'll let them both in the Zoom room.
Okay, I'm giving her the Zoom. We can close up here. Yeah, you can close everything out here. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So Frank, we gonna go
This one's a big family. When you coming in? You coming in? Come on, don't hesitate. Because you leave the money on the table. You know, you want to get it? You want to get it? You want to get it? As soon as I saw it,
For a smarter way to grow your income without spending hours trading, join our live presentation and discover how AI-assisted trading is helping everyday people generate consistent cash flow. The system is simple, powerful, and duplicatable. Copy, paste, and let the technology work for you. No complicated setups, no monthly fees, just a clear step-by-step walkthrough you can follow immediately. Join us live this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, location 509 Manhattan Avenue, near 121st Street, Harlem, New York City. Scan the QR to join, or tune in online. Call 917-415-4192 to reserve your seat today. Are you looking for a smarter way to grow your income without spending hours trading? Join our live presentation and discover how AI-assisted trading is helping everyday people generate consistent cash flow. The system is simple, powerful, and duplicatable. Copy, paste, and let the technology work for you. No complicated setups, no monthly fees, just a clear step-by-step walkthrough you can follow immediately. Join us live this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, location 509 Manhattan Avenue, near 121st Street, Harlem, New York City. Scan the QR to join, or tune in online. Call 917-415-4192 to reserve your seat today. Are you looking for a smarter way to grow your income without spending hours trading? Join our live presentation and discover how AI-assisted trading is helping everyday people generate consistent cash flow. The system is simple, powerful, and duplicatable. Copy, paste, and let the technology work for you. No complicated setups, no monthly fees, just a clear step-by-step walkthrough you can follow immediately. Join us live this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, location 509 Manhattan Avenue, near 121st Street, Harlem, New York City. Scan the QR to join, or tune in online. Call 917-415-4192 to reserve your seat today. Are you building something? An idea? A business? A brand? A legacy? Welcome to Second Fridays, Professionals and Creators Social, a curated networking experience designed for people who are serious about growth. If you're an entrepreneur, investor, realtor, tech professional, content creator, or community leader, this room is built for you. Because connections create opportunities. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Broadcasting begins at 7:45 sharp, and from 10:20 to 11 p.m. Real conversations, real connections. Enjoy island-inspired eats and drinks, fish cake, fried breadfruit, kingfish, snapper, and more. Hosted at the Nutmeg Clubhouse, 1215 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn. Just $5 access. Want visibility? Vendor tables, live ads, sponsorship packages, your brand in front of professionals who are ready to move. Second Fridays. Opportunities start here. RSVP now. Brooklyn, are you building something? An idea, a business, a brand, a legacy? Welcome to Second Fridays, Professionals and Creators Social, a curated networking experience designed for people who are serious about growth. If you're an entrepreneur, investor, realtor, tech professional, content creator, or community leader, this room is built for you. Because connections create opportunities. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Broadcasting begins at 7:45 sharp, and from 10:20 to 11 p.m. Real conversations, real connections. Enjoy island-inspired eats and drinks, fish cake, fried breadfruit, kingfish, snapper, and more. Hosted at the Nutmeg Clubhouse, 1215 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn. Just $5 access. Want visibility? Vendor tables, live ads, sponsorship packages. Brand in front of professionals who are ready to move. Second Fridays. Opportunities start here. RSVP now. Brooklyn, are you building something? An idea, a business, a brand, a legacy? Welcome to Second Fridays, Professionals and Creators Social, a curated networking experience designed for people who are serious about growth. If you're an entrepreneur
and pace trading, you don't have to recruit anyone to make money with this. That's why I love this program, because there's absolutely no recruiting needed to earn. This is a private, invite-only trading group and platform. You cannot access it publicly. You must be invited in. Once you're inside, the trades are already done for you. All you do is copy and paste. 1. Our team sends the signals at 1:30 p.m. Eastern and 7:30 p.m. Eastern inside the private group. 2. You take the exact trade information we send. 3. Paste it into your trading platform. 4. You let the trade run. That's 2 signals per day, sent at the same times, inside a secure private space. You don't have to analyze charts, you don't have to guess, and you don't have to talk to anyone. You just follow what's sent. You can do this from your smartphone. If you're not home or near your computer or laptop at those times, just open the app on your phone, copy the signal, paste it in, and you're done. It's made for people who are busy, on the go, or working during the day. It's so simple, your kids and grandkids could follow the steps. But for compliance and security reasons, you must be 18 years old or older to join. You may only have 1 account per person inside the platform. What you need to start: minimum starting balance, $500. No cap on deposit amount. You can put in more if you want to compound faster. Access to the private group and invite-only platform. Ability to be available at 1:30 p.m. Eastern and 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Phone, laptop, or desktop to enter trade. Who this is for: people that hate recruiting, people who don't want to build teams or sell to friends, people who can follow simple instructions twice a day, people who like the idea of daily compounding from their phone. What this is not: it's not random signals coming from social media, it's not a post all day to get paid opportunity. Your job is simple: 1:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Copy the signal, paste it into the platform, repeat daily. Trade if you want an invite, set up details and access rules. If you are not ready, please don't comment, trade. Don't waste my time or yours. This only for serious people that have their funds and are ready to go. Disclaimer: trading in our platform may involve risks. Please only invest what you can afford. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and trading involves market volatility. Our platform should not be considered personalized investment advice. You are responsible for your own decisions and should consult a financial advisor if needed.
Are you building something? An idea, a business, a brand, a legacy? Welcome to Second Fridays, Professionals and Creators Social, a curated networking experience designed for people who are serious about growth. If you're an entrepreneur, investor, realtor, Tech professional, content creator, or community leader, this room is built for you. Because connections create opportunities. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Broadcasting begins at 7:45 sharp, and from 10:20 to 11 p.m. Real conversations, real connections. Enjoy island-inspired eats and drinks, fish cake, fried breadfruit, kingfish, snapper, and more. Hosted at the Nutmeg Clubhouse, 1215 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn. Just $5 access. Want visibility? Vendor tables, live ads, sponsorship packages, your brand in front of professionals who are ready to move. Second Fridays. Opportunities start here. RSVP now. Brooklyn, are you building something? An idea, a business, a brand, a legacy? Welcome to